After the one-on-one meeting with your manager. Let's go. The first thing I want you to do is create an action plan and send it to your manager. During that meeting, you took notes. And in those notes, you identified key ideas, new information, decisions, actions, potential solutions. So now I want you to go over those notes, identify any of these things that you think are important to send to your manager, write them down in an email or some other way to send to your manager, add key dates, add individuals you want to talk to, any steps that it may take to complete those actions. Then send them to your manager so your manager knows that you took the meeting serious and that you will take action. The second thing I want you to do is to give updates on that action plan. You spent time going over your notes and creating that action plan. Now it's time to take action. Work on those items, reach out to key people, make progress. And since there is time between the meeting you just had and the next meeting that you're going to have with your manager, you want to keep your manager up to date on your progress. This shows professionalism. This shows that you're actually paying attention to what needs to be done, that you know what the priorities are, and that you are actually taking action, which is the key ingredient, key purpose of a one-on-one meeting with your manager, that you can show your own growth. This is for you. The next thing I want you to do is to look for ways to improve the meetings going forward with your manager. You've already co-created an agenda, you're following that agenda well, it's making progress, and you're starting to get into discussions, and you're starting to get into a pattern, which is wonderful. Now I want you to improve those meetings. First, look at how the meeting is structured. Is this working for you? To know, you probably have to go through this 3 to 5 times at least to know if this way or this structure for the meeting is working for you. Second, look at how much time is given to you versus time given to your manager. How much time is spent, your manager talking versus your talking? How much time is focused on your development versus what the manager wants to talk about? So a simple way to do that is to structure it in a way that gives you time first, the manager time second. So if it's a 30-minute meeting every 2 weeks, which is a pretty good way to start, the first 15 minutes is about what you want to talk about, your priorities, your desires, your needs, what you're looking for in this meeting. The second part is about the managers. That way you get what you need, the manager's helping you grow and develop, and if it needs to cut short, it cuts the manager's time, not yours. The third thing you want to do is you want to identify a list of ways to improve the meeting in terms of location, in terms of atmosphere, in terms of experience. So you could change the venue you're using. Are you going for a walk? Are you on a phone call? Are you on a Zoom call? Do you actually start with how are you doing? Do you actually change the location if you're doing online calls, which is the reality right now? Are you changing the locations of where you're doing it? Is it in your office all the time? Could it be outside? Any of these things can really change the dynamics and improve the experience of this meeting going forward. The next thing I want you to do is to identify opportunities to have other meetings outside of your regular one-on-one meetings with your manager. To make your meetings that happen every 2 weeks for maybe 30 minutes effective, they need to be focused on your professional development, the key priorities you both agree on, and time for both you and your manager. To make them better, you need to take out other things so they can be focused. So, if something you're working on goes sideways, then it's really important to have a conversation about it. Avoid messaging or email, as that doesn't allow for the conversation and dialogue to improve understanding and to have unity of thought and unity of action of what's going to happen. If you see an opportunity for your own professional growth, such as a training, an opportunity to go to a conference, another learning opportunity, to collaborate with someone else, any of those things are really wonderful for your own growth. Don't have to wait. Please don't wait until your next meeting. Reach out to your manager, ask for a few minutes to have a conversation, debrief the manager what you're thinking, what you need, agree together what you're going to do, and then end the meeting. That way, your regular one-on-one meetings with your manager are both focused and effective because they're protected from other things. Next, Help your manager with a series of questions that will stimulate better discussion. As I said earlier, you are taking ownership of these meetings, of these discussions, of your professional development, and of your career, which is important for your own learning and development. So, providing your manager with a list of questions that can stimulate and prompt better discussion is really important. The questions I want you to use are often referred to as powerful questions. They're called powerful questions because they are open-ended and allow for lots of discussion and exploration. I'll put a list of those powerful questions in the description below. An example of these powerful questions uses either the what or how, because they refrain from judgment and allow for lots of discussion and exploration and potentially new ideas of how you can solve these problems. So, what would you do given the constraints we have right now? Or, how would you solve that if you were given full autonomy over this issue? These types of questions are wonderful and allow for lots of learning and ideas. Please use them wisely and use them as much as you can. Finally, send a list of topics that you want to discuss at your next one-on-one meeting. If you're following a 2-week cadence, which means you get together every 2 weeks, and maybe for a 30-minute meeting, a couple days before, send an email, send a message, and let the manager know the things that you want to talk about and why, so that your manager isn't surprised and can also start thinking about these things ahead of time. And ask for, in that message, anything the manager wants to talk about too. That way, you're both getting more prepared, you followed up from the last one, and you're ready for your next meeting. Thanks so much for watching my video. This was part 3 in a series on how to prepare, hold, and follow up with one-on-one meetings with your manager. That playlist will be linked above. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button and subscribe to my channel as I bring out a new video each week, helping you succeed, helping you grow, helping you develop in your professional career. Thanks so much. Have a wonderful week.